Is it on?
Yeah.
Got a separate video. Back on. Regionals events.
Regionals, the magic of regionals. Regionals
So
is back.
yeah, we've. I'm not sure if we're going to have released any content before this or what. Well, this is going to be the first one.
Yeah.
But for me and Jack anyway, regionals was like the main thing. So just the term regionals is kind of exciting for us. Obviously, it doesn't exist anymore in the CrossFit Games space, but we're kind of relaunching it within the JST space. With it, I know it's a little bit different, but the term regionals is apparent because we're splitting up the regions in terms of around the UK and Denmark, and hopefully around Europe and the rest of the world over time, and getting a little bit of a friendly inter competition going, and kind of using the pros that we got from like the positives and good things from Super Saturdays and the good things from training days, and then losing the kind of cons from both of them, and then bringing all the positives together into kind of like one event, to kind of bring a bit more like purpose to training and a bit more involvement amongst like JST, and it's not just like another reason why it's not just follow a program. It's like you join a program, obviously you get all the training, all the advice and all the preparation that you need, but then we're also creating like this friendly little competitive, like I guess it's a bit of a league, to kind of be part of, if like, and that for some people could be their step into competition, like the first step to go into competitions. For other people it might be that little bit of an edge that keeps them sharp and keeps them on the toes and gives them like the community and build friendships. It can work either way, really.
Like you said, there's a couple of things that it kind of knocks on the head. Obviously, for people to do a Super Saturday every week, for some people it's just not possible to make a bigger deal about it. For the training days, probably we did them every 2 months, which people kind of want them a little bit more than every 2 months. And another reason why it's going to become regional is that for someone in London to come up to the northwest, or vice versa, or up to Newcastle or wherever it is, again it can be quite a big commitment. Whereas if it's more regional, there's less travelling, you meet more people who are in your area that are following the same programme, like-minded, more likely to train together, and again just kind of going to bring up the level in and around where you are, because that's the big thing about these events. RBE happens.
Exactly, and it's like what we're doing here in our gym downstairs is we've got these athletes together on a daily basis at the moment, and we're seeing in first hand, and those athletes are seeing like how much it helps that they're turning up to training with like-minded people. And I know that's not possible for every person around the world, so we at least want to create that event to happen like once a month, that everyone can make. That's like you do the event, and for the next couple of weeks like you're buzzing off the back of it, and then before you know it, it's a couple of weeks before the next one's coming back around. So it keeps you kind of on, like I said before, on your toes, and just making sure that because you want to put the best performance in, because you want to compete against these other people in like a friendly but competitive way. So it's just something that's when you're coming into that session where you're like, can we be bothered with this? Like when you know that that's in the back of your mind, that in 2 weeks' time, like you're getting together with people in your region and you're competing with each other against like other people. It's just like, right, I better get this session boxed off. And like Jack said, then the cons of the training days was exactly that, is that we could run one at Train Manchester, but that's 3 hours for someone from down south to come up, and then 3 hours back, and then it's 3 hour training sessions, so it's like 9 hours a day, like boxed. And you're probably going to be knackered for a few days after that. And it was probably every 2, 3, 4 months by the time one in down south comes up. And same up north. So although we're running one monthly, people are only really able to commit and come to one like quarterly or every 4 months. So by doing this, we want to run it's basically we're running a training day in multiple locations, in multiple regions around the country and Denmark, so that everyone can at least get to somewhere that's like within an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
And make it possible for everyone to be able to turn up to a training day every month.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, you're repping your region or you're repping your country, and it's just going to build that little bit more like pride. It's like, oh right, I'm doing this for my team a little bit more, as well as just yourself. We want to smash Denmark or Scotland.
I don't know if you were ever in it. Did you ever do War of the Roses?
No, I was just after. Yeah.
So War of the Roses is actually. It was Train Manchester that did it.
Yeah.
Briggsy was involved in it, and it was Darren Freeman, Matt Foster, all the Train Manchester lot, Dom Beardwell, and that was like Lancashire against Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And it's like two counties there that, although they actually when they get together, like they've got loads in common and same like kind of like culture, and when it's against each other, it's like I'm gonna absolutely smash Yorkshire.
Yeah.
So it's like all Lancashire lot got together and did the same workouts against Yorkshire lot in this one big gym, and it was a really good event. And for me, I met so many people around like my area, Lancashire. That's where some of the first times I go train with Hayley Knowles or Brixie, and that's when we met Stu Trees and some of the other Yorkshire lot. And then you create friendships there, and then you end up like setting up little training sessions, just like ad hoc between you. But that little bit of that pride of just like, we're Lancashire, you're Yorkshire, like you're gonna get it. It was just like, it was just a good buzz, and it was just again like so many memories and good kind of relationships and friendships built from it. And that's what we wanted to create again. So like we'll have like different regions like northwest, southwest, southeast, and we know there's a bit of a north-south like friendly divide just in the UK, full stop. So it'd be good just to have get a bit of fancy going, and again hopefully we've got Scotland, we'll have a bit of a Scotland crew, Wales, so it's like a bit of 3 nations-ish, and Denmark, 4 nations with Denmark. So it'd be good to kind of, like last year when we did the Euros were on, wasn't it? The Euros were on, and we did like 5 English.
Yeah, we did England vs Denmark, didn't we? Yeah,
and it was really good.
It was.
Fran did a really good job of like showing it on Instagram.
Yeah,
and it was just like 5 little 1-minute events. And England fucking won. But it was like you get patriotic, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
You want to support. You want to like people who maybe around the northwest want to see other people from the northwest win, and they don't want to see people from the south win, and vice versa.
Yeah. Again, it's just it breaks the ice, doesn't it? For, like you said, for people to kind of meet other people in the region and train together, but also like start giving a bit of that banter on social media as well.
There's one thing that Reggie actually said. I know if you listened to his recent podcast for Chalk & Fitness. He said how he was giving Evander a bit of chat before Arnold Fitness Games, and then the first event came round, and they both absolutely sent it, and like had a bit of a like they both had a do, not like having a go at each other, but like they both had a do on the bike, and it created like that little bit of like fun tension through the day. It's just, it gives it a bit more, it gives training a bit more purpose, a bit more, make it a bit more interesting.
Exciting,
So how it's going to work? So we don't want this to turn out to be just like, this is just for like the best like athletes. Like we want everyone who's on JST, even bring your mate along. Like we don't mind if it's just like a few, like someone's on JST and they bring the pal on who's not on JST. We just want good numbers turning up to these places. The first scored event is the amount of participants that region has at that gym. So like that's an event in itself, and we're going to create a bit of a leaderboard, a bit of like a league table from kind of month to month. So the first scored event of every kind of event, each regional, is participation. How many athletes you get turn up, and there's going to be like a head coach per region that will obviously do the count up and submit that, take a picture maybe for proof as well. Because you know how these southerners get when they start losing. Second event is obviously we're going to start with a lift each time. and we're basically just going to add we'll add everyone's lifts up, and then it's divided by the amount of people there, so it's an average across everyone that's showing up.
Yeah.
We'll do an average for the men, average for the women, and then add the men's and women's scores together.
Yeah.
And then same kind of principle for the workout, whatever it is. Average men's score, average women's score, add the averages together. That'll be the score for that region.
Yeah.
So then there'll be 3 scored events each month.
Yeah.
And each regional, and then we'll likely do like a 4th part, but it'll just be like a team workout. We may eventually bring this in as like a bonus extra scored event.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the beginning we said we were going to just
see what the numbers like, see how we go.
Because it's quite harder to kind of keep some continuity around different gyms with like a team workout. Some people might be in pairs, some people might have to be in a 3, so it becomes a little bit when you're trying to compare scores, it gets a bit messy. So we'll just finish the day with like a good fun team workout. But it's not kind of scored in the main leaderboard. But ultimately, all we're trying to do, although we're putting like a bit of a competitive twist in it, is just have a training day on the same day around Europe.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all it is. And there'll be a bit of bragging rights for who wins, but at the end of the day, this don't mean anything. Might get the odd cheeky little prize from Alico or some other partners that we have, but that's all we want to create. Is just like, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit, gets everyone together, create good relationships, good friendships, create good training environments, help take your training up at a little bit of a level. If seeing one person PB just inspires you that little bit to either PB as well or go away and work on a PB. We just want to keep that kind of ball rolling of just like using everyone else that's on the programme just to inspire you in your training and motivate you to keep trying to get better.
Yeah, perfect.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah, we'll release more details when
coming soon.
Yeah, when we
What's
have
the first date?
22nd of Jan.
22nd of Jan.
Yeah. Get that in your diary right now. Sweet.